Yo, what is up you guys? It's Dominator here and I'm back with another shiny mythical Pokemon tutorial video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get shiny Phione, completely legit, no cheating device. You might be wondering, Dominator, why are you making this video? We all know how to do this. It's super easy. It's not that complicated. Like, everyone knows this. It's so, like, it's nothing really to it. Well, you may be right. But I want to do this for consistency so I can have all the shiny mythical Pokemon tutorials on my channel that I made. I think if I do this one, it'll put me at all the way from Mew to Arceus. So like all the Gen 1, 2, 3, 4 Pokemon mythicals. So I want to get all of them, even though this one's super easy. And also there may be people that don't know about it. They might not be completely aware that this is a thing. And it might be some good knowledge to them. Also, you might just want to hear the sound of my voice, which, that's cool too. I have a nice voice, right? Right? But anyway, as you may know, this video will probably look a little differently. Normally, I just open up my 3DS and start recording one of my, games to show you how to do it, do a step-by-step process like that. But, my screen recorder, or my capture card, doesn't work anymore. It's, I got the Katsu Kitty one, and it randomly just started not working. I don't know if I accidentally hit something and it's like loose and I need to like replace something, but I'm not an engineer. I don't know how to do stuff with like circuit boards and what or like I don't know, stuff like that. I don't know how to work with that stuff. I don't know how to like make stuff work electronically. So I can't fix it, and as you may know, Katsu Kitty went out of business a few months ago, so there's no chance of me getting this fixed. I would either have to find another way to record my 3DS screen or to buy another capture card that someone's selling used online, because I don't think there are any companies that sell 3DS capture cards ever since the Switch came out. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is instead of like actual gameplay footage, I'm going to be showing screenshots of what you need to be looking for and how to do that. So hopefully it all looks good. I'm just recording my voice right now. I'm going to have to edit this all in post, so hopefully it looks good. I'm going to hope it looks good. Yeah, hopefully I get all the images I need that will explain it well enough, and hopefully I explain it well enough myself. So, what you're going to want to do, first things first, getting right on into this, is you're going to want to get yourself a Manaphy. Now, that's easier said than done, because Manaphy is a mythical, and as you know, mythicals are really only event Pokemon. You only have to have them for events. I have a Manaphy on my Ultra Moon version. I think I have two, because I participated in the Pokemon 20 events, the 20th anniversary. Every month they did a new mythical. They did like all of the mythicals from Gen 1 through 5, excluding Deoxys, because you can just catch Deoxys in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, so that would have been lame. But they did and they also excluded Phione, because obviously Manaphy is the way to get Phione. It's a 2-in-1, so basically you're going to want to get Manaphy, and if you don't have a Manaphy currently, there is one other way you can get one yourself. It's just a little bit of a process. So, if you don't have a Manaphy, you can either try to trade for one, or you can do the process with Pokemon Ranger. You get yourself a copy of Pokemon Ranger, and you play through the game. You have to hope it's either a new game or one of those games that a third-party company just made on their own cartridge to sell for a quick buck, because you want to make sure that Manaphy event that was in it didn't get used at all. And what I'm saying is, after you play through the game, you can unlock the special mission with a code. I'll probably put the code for the special mission in the description below. But you use the special mission code and you play through this little mission that gets you a Manaphy egg, and then you can get that egg and send it to a main series title, as in all the Gen 4. So like Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver. Actually, I'm not even sure if you can send it to Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I'm pretty sure you can, though. But, yeah, so the Gen 4 games, you send it to that, and then you can hatch it. I think you might have to hatch it before you transfer it. But basically, you just hatch the Manaphy egg, and there you go, you got a Manaphy. You transfer it up to the later generations, and there's your Manaphy. You can also perform this in any generation from 4 to 7. So, you could keep it in Gen 4 and do it that way anyway. So, I'm going to leave a link in the description. I have a tutorial video on how to get shiny Manaphy legit. Basically, if you just want to know how to get a regular Manaphy into your games, you just want to look at part 1 of that series, and then that's it. So I would highly recommend watching that. I go in more detail for that. So that's how you get Manaphy. And then you're gonna want to get a Ditto. Now, there's many places you can get Dittos. You can probably just search it up on Cerebi or Bulbapedia. Those are really good sources. You can get Ditto in essentially any main series game except for a handful. Like, I know you can't get it in Ruby Sapphire, but you can get it in Emerald. You can essentially get it in any main series game besides those. There might be one or two more you can't get it in, but for the most part, if you have a main series game, you can get Ditto. And the whole reason for that is for breeding purposes. So you're going to have your Manaphy, and you're going to have your Ditto. You're going to want to take those two to the... Wow, we're going to take those two to... You're going to take those two Pokemon to your local daycare. I'll have pictures of the daycares in this video right about now. So you take them to the daycares, and you're going to want to breed them. You just put them together in the daycare at once, and then you wait until you get an egg from them. And the daycare man or lady is going to tell you that they got an egg. You grab the egg and you hatch it. You have a 1 in 8,192 chance of it being a shiny Phione. And you also have a 1 in 4,096 chance if it's Gen 6 or 7 or 8, depending on when you watch this video, because Gen 8's coming out pretty soon. But yeah, so you have those full odds chances of getting the shiny, and that is it. That's pretty much all you do. I'm just kidding, there's more you can do. You can get the Masuda method. So in Gen 4, there was a new method added by Junichi Masuda that we call the Masuda method. It's a fan term. I think it's just called Masuda's method. Basically, you take a Pokemon from a foreign language game and you breed it with a Pokemon from your game, or it doesn't really have to be your game, as long as they're just from 2 different regions, as in, like, different countries in language games, not like regions as in Sinnoh and Kanto and stuff like that. You gotta take 2 different Pokemon from different regions, and they have to be a different language, I'm pretty sure. I mean, they have to be, because you can't really have an English-Japanese game. That doesn't make sense at all. But you take those, you breed them together, and you have a way higher chance of getting a shiny. So when you get your Pokemon from a different region, most notably Japan, the way to get that is you can either buy yourself a Japanese game, and I'm also pretty sure it has to be Gen 4. I was told that the Generation 3 games, they don't have a way of determining what region the game is from. Like, there's no tag in that. And when you transfer it up, the Generation 4 game you transfer it up into generates that tag for it. So even though it'll say it's from a different language, it's technically generated in that Gen 4 game. So unless you have a Gen 3 game that is like a different language and then you transfer it to a Gen 4 game that is also a different language, the Masuda method will not work. You have to have it from a Gen 4 game with a different language and up. So, and I'm pretty sure in the 3DS games, you also have to have a Japanese, or not Japanese, you have to have a foreign 3DS. But Japanese is like the most practical option, because obviously, like, they're a lot more in supply. They're probably way easier to buy than other languages. You get yourself a Japanese game and also a Japanese 3DS, and then that will count, and then you trade it to your English game on your English 3DS. It'll work that way. Another really good way to do this is with the Global Trade Center. Now, there is a way to access the Global Trade Center in Gen 4 and 5, and then obviously it's still available in Gen 6 and 7 because their service is still available. But I have a tutorial on my video, I have a tutorial on my channels that will tell you how to do the mystery gift exploit, where you set up your games so that they will receive mystery gifts even though the service has been discontinued. It only works in a few countries. I have to note that it works in English. I think I heard it works in Australia. I have people comment on those videos all day telling me it either doesn't work or works in whatever country they are. So if it doesn't work, it probably won't work. There are times though where it's random chance and it will or won't work. But yes, you set up your internet. I will show the tutorials in the description below. I'll probably have like all these tutorials on the end screen as well, so that'll be an easier way to access them. But another thing you want to know is that once you set that up and you get your internet to work that way, or your DS, if you get your DS or 3DS to work to get yourself mystery gifts, you just apply it to the GTS and it works the same way. Like, all you do is set it up. The odds of you getting a Japanese or a Spanish or like any other region that's not your own Ditto from the GTS in the older games are very unlikely though. So I would recommend just trying this in the Gen 6 and 7 games. It's really easy to get a foreign Ditto. You literally just set up your GTS, you search for Ditto, and there's people that go all the time. They trade like their own Dittos and they just want a Ditto in return to swap from a pseudo method. It's really easy. That's how I did it. I have a Japanese Ditto in my Ultra Moon version. It's one of the Gen 7 games. Really easy to get. It took me like 5 minutes to try to find a Ditto. It's not that hard. And yeah, you get yourself a foreign Ditto. So now you have your Manaphy that you obtained either with Pokemon Ranger or from an actual official Game Freak event that was distributed. I have a bunch of Manaphys this way. I think I have 2 Manaphys from an actual event, and then I have like 8 Manaphy eggs from the Pokemon Ranger games because I am trying to shiny hunt Manaphy. It's kind of insane, but I'm going for it. So you have your Manaphy and you have your foreign Ditto from either the GTS or, if you're lucky, a different language game you have with a different language DS, if that's even a thing. I would recommend GTS. It's way easier. But you have those two, you're going to have the Masuda method working, and that is going to increase your odds. In Generation 4 and 5, it goes from a 1 in 8,192 to a 1 in 1365. In Gen 5, obviously, the Shiny Charm will make this even greater. In Gen 6 and 7, it will change your odds from a 1 in 4096 to a 1 in 683, and I know if you have the Shiny Charm, it also makes it a 1 in 512. So it's a lot easier to do. I would recommend, if you just want to get this shiny and run, you just want to do it in Generation 7, preferably Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, because you can have the Roto hatch powers, you have your Tauros, and it's really easy to run around in a circle in the Paniolo Ranch. So that's a good way to do it. You get your increased shiny chance, and you get your shiny, hopefully shiny Phione. You're gonna get a lot of Phiones. This is one of the weirdest mythicals because of how easy it is to obtain. Like, all you need is Manaphy. Manaphy is a 2-in-1 mythical, essentially. And then you breed it, and you get unlimited Phiones. This is like one of the only mythicals you can get just unlimited of if you really want to. It's that and Meltan. And it's funny, Meltan and Phione are both the 2 worst mythicals in the game, but they're still cool. So at least Meltan evolves. But Phione, still a really cool Pokemon. I like Manaphy more, but it's got essentially the same shiny as Manaphy. It's a little different. Really cool Pokemon. And yeah, so just hatch your eggs and try to get that shiny Phione. I really hope this helps. I'm just looking at a blank computer screen right now, just recording my voice. So I'm gonna put all this together. I'm gonna edit pictures. I really hope this looks good enough. Like, I hope I can get enough information out. I hope my visuals that I can hopefully find will give you enough information to get this yourself. If you have any questions, let me know. If I miss something, hopefully I go back to record it, because this is weird. It really sucks that my screen recorder broke, but I'll try to figure out something with that later on. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Be sure to join the domination, and I will see you in the next video.